Well, it's Monday, March 4th, 9:59 p.m. 1 minute away from 10 p.m. And yeah, it's 2024. And we're gonna call a game from my game right here. Really good game, I think. It's a good game. 92.9% accuracy. I think that's fine. It was really like winning for me. Not that a lot, but really winning. If you're gonna see here, I really played a solid match. I didn't have a really, good lead up until the end when he blundered, but we're gonna analyze it. So e4, e5, knight f3, and knight f6. Petrov's defense. I don't really see Grandmasters do this opening, but well, he played it. Knight takes e5 and then knight c6 a blunder. D6 is better. Why? Why is it better? Do you think why is it better? Right? Like it's weird. But because after you play, let's say d6, knight c3 goes back. You could also just pressure that e4 pawn out that e pawn of blacks is gone. But knight d6 is fine. It's the Stafford gambit. Knight takes c6, d takes c6, and now knight to c3 and bishop t5. And it says it's always gonna be better for white, though it is an opening. And the idea of the Stafford gambit is that you give up a pawn and you double up your pawns for an early attack, and well, you just prospect. And now bishop e2 a blunder. You know what's better? h3 to prevent like knight g4 or bishop h4, bishop g4. And now queen d4. The mistake of bishop e2 was not something that castles that is too slow. It was queen d4. Now white can't stop black from winning a pawn. Why? Because if you defend the pawn, you checkmate. Let's say f3 or bishop f3 or let's say d3, you're gonna lose because after queen takes f2, if let's say you play d3, you're gonna go to king d2 and there's bishop to e3 mate. And if you played f3, there's queen to f2 mate. So the pawn's really gonna go back to black. After castles, knight takes e4, knight takes e4. Better was bishop f3, not taking the pawn right away. But I took it prematurely. It's still fine. And as queen takes e4, there's bishop f3. And now queen to g6. This overhook's a better way to move a queen. You know why it's bad to put the queen there? Because it really is awkward. Bishop h3 is not really going to work because there's a bishop on f3. And after d4, bishop d6. Okay, one check. C4 was better. And that's the idea. The queen is too far from the bishop to help it. You can't really help your bishop. If you did put your queen on a much better square, let's say, what's the best square for the queen to go here? Well, it's queen h4. You see why it's queen h4? Well, because the best move here, remember, it's c4. But you could have neutralized it if you played queen to h4. Because I can't really play queen to h4. Let's see. We're gonna put it back here. After queen to h4, after I play c4, it doesn't really work as queen to d4, right? Earlier, if I since you played queen to g6, I could play d4. I can now play d4, and that is enough for black to sustain the equal position. And after rook to e1 check and inaccuracy, bishop e6, great move, the only move that saves you that position. d5, c takes d5, and now bishop takes d5. Castles queenside. Now I did not see that when I was playing because damn, castle queenside. We're gonna attack each other. So after bishop takes c6, the only move again. It's the only move because if you remove the bishop, there's bishop h2. Okay, so there's like shots like that. F takes e6 and now queen to e2, attacking the weak pawn on e6. And after king to b8, rook h8 is better. Queen to e3 was played. Now, we're gonna analyze. Why I did not play queen takes? Well, because there's rook d8. That's why you always look when you play. Because if you don't, that might have just had happened to you. After bishop to e3, queen f5, e4, and now queen to e5. A bad move again. Bishop to e7 was better, but why is that bad? Because there's bishop takes a7 check, and after king takes a7, queen takes a7, bishop takes a7, and rook takes e5. And now rook d2. I blundered here, as you could have seen in the analysis earlier, or in the stats, that I blundered because I was up pawn, but it did go to equal. Rook to c5, bad move, but inaccuracy, because rook c1 was better. A really counterintuitive move. Why is it counterintuitive? Because you put your rook on a really passive square. You're gonna. I think I don't really understand the move rook c1 if you don't look at it very deeply, but it helps in this position because rook a d1 d8 is the only move I could think of for black. And after that, I think let's see if what's the best word, g3. Just plain old g3, and after it takes rook here, now you play rook c5, king to b6, d4, c6, h4. You just continue to make progress. After rook here, you play bishop here, pawn here, and now take go there. You're gonna reroute the king, and you're gonna do better for yourself. So it's all about rerouting the king here. So you see the gist of it. But I missed that, so I played rook c5, rook hd8, and now h4. Best move, creating a luft. A luft is when you make a square for your king, so that they won't get checkmated and back rank. So c6, a5, bad move. I was like, oh my gosh, like after playing this move, I was like, damn, I blundered because I knew that it's a bad move. Rook e1 was better. How? What's the point? Rook e1. I played a5. We're gonna see that. What's the difference of rook e1? What's the difference of rook e1? After rook to d1 to sit really careful. That's what I missed. King to d1. King to f1. As that move is crucial, as after rook to d2, there's literally king takes e6, e5, and you can't take that because there's that rook. And now you lose a pawn. And now you're down 2 pawns again. King b6, rook c4, rook 8 d4, and now you just take, and now g3 because it's a much more important pawn. Rook takes a4, and now rook e7. Completely winning. And slightly winning. Winning for white. I don't know if it's completely winning. It's not completely winning. So, a5 bad move because after rook to e2, I did saw that. I was like, damn, I don't know anything, but that's why you gotta learn your endgames. Rook a2, a6, rook dd2, and a takes b7 check. King takes b7, rook to g5, creating counterplay. G6, I feel it's great counterplay. Rook g3, rook takes f2, rook b3 check, king c7, rook a7 check, and king d6, the only move that wins, or it's the only move that saves black from losing. Again, it's not viable. Go! Because there's rook g3. What? You just take this, right? No. You really think you're gonna be the first one to get out? As you gotta defend the checkmate. Checkmate, right? So after rook e7, king h8, rook g7, and after takes, you're gonna get mated, so you can't really take it. So rook d2, and now g3. This is winning for white. You really don't want that, right? So after king to d6, rook to d3 check, rook takes d3, c takes d3, and now rook takes b2, king takes h7, rook takes h7, king to d2, rook h6, rook takes d3, rook takes d6, and this is a draw. I knew I was like, damn, this is a draw. So rook c5, rook g8, c4, rook to h6, still a draw, even though pawns nearing the promotion square. King to e5, rook takes d3, c takes d3, king f2, king f4, g3 in the blunder, e4 check, e4, king to e4. This should have been a blunder. By just a comfort, not a mistake, a blunder. I completely win. This is Drei, completely rush if you play queen d4. That's the magic of it. It's like, but there's like king e3, right? There's like king e3. No, after king to e3, to c5. You just push and you can't do anything. Why can't you do anything? King to e3, e5. After takes, go for king f3. You don't take. You can take this. This is completely drawn still. But you could also just not take it and go directly. Oh, you can't actually check first. You gotta go king f2. After going here, check, get out. Oh, you can't go to reserve check. So king c2 or king e3. And after push, it's completely drawn. It's completely drawn. So that is a blunder not in his part because there's h5. The crucial king to f5, g4 check. King h for g4 check. But it's fine. By the way, king to g5. You had to play f4. King to f4. Because you're still gonna push, you know. You're still winning. D2 takes. Push. You're still completely winning. After king to g5, king to e3, the only move in this phase. What's the difference? The king is not near the promotion square to help his pawn. That's what made him lose. In his Petrov's defense, classical Stafford Gambit, the endgame was lost due to the king not getting to take the pawn, getting his pawn taken. Also, something like this, the queens, and you're still winning. That's all for Greatest Analysis. Thank you all for watching. See you later.